What's up, everybody? This is Jay again. I hope you are all having an amazing day. Today, we are going to talk about. Well, I'm listening to the oral arguments on the abortion case situation that the Supreme Court is hearing right now. Um, and so I got some thoughts on it that I want to put out there. Now, stop. I know most of you will all say that, or not most of you necessarily, but a lot of people out there are going to say that I'm a dude. My opinion doesn't matter on this. It's a woman's body, it's a woman's choice. Okay, and to an extent, I believe that you guys are right. I can have, hey, knock it off. I can have all the opinions that I want. I can have whatever thoughts that I want to on this. Um, but unless I'm the one carrying the child and birthing the child, then ultimately, um, my choice doesn't, what I have to say about it doesn't really matter a lot, okay? Unless I'm going to try to change that up and become the pregnant one, then which I don't plan on doing, then what I say can go in one ear and out the other for the what most of you guys would think, or a lot of you guys would think, and that's fine. Now I'll say this: I was brought up. My mom was a liberal. My grandmother was a liberal. I never got into politics at all until my adult life, to be honest. I was brought up that women's rights were, it was that era where women's rights were actually becoming, they were just getting their rights, and I was born in 73. So these were all things that were brand new and real big, especially in liberal circles, okay? Now, uh, to me, a woman's choice, woman's body, a woman's choice. That's just the way I was raised. It was always that way. But then somebody really close to me um, was in that situation, and all of a sudden, your body, your choice wasn't as easy for me to just accept as it was for somebody that I didn't know. I wanted to do everything I could to help her through the pregnancy, to have her have the baby. And my wife and I even decided that that we would be willing to raise the child for her, so that she didn't have to worry about it. She didn't have to be put in that situation to whether abort the child or not, okay? She still chose to abort. We still supported her 100%, but hey, cut it out. But it wasn't necessarily as easy as a thing as it was thinking about it with a stranger, somebody who was not close to me. Um, so there's that. I still believe in my body, my choice, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, regardless, it is our choice. I'm an independent when it comes to politics. I am with some liberal laws and I am with some conservative laws. There's points on both sides that I agree on, and I think it's the issue and the person that we're either voting for, voting against, or voting, the issue that we're trying to put into law or not. The person that we're voting has to be an individual thing, and I research each individual person and each individual bill that I have the opportunity to vote on, okay? Now, the only reason I'm putting this up is because I see a trend happening, or not, I don't know what you want to call it, but let me just say this, okay? I'm unvaccinated. My body, my choice, okay? But I'm an independent, so I can say that, okay? I wear my mask. I know a lot of people who don't believe in the vaccination or don't want the vaccination are also bucking against the mask and they don't want to wear a mask. Well, guess what? I don't have a problem with the mask. I wear a mask constantly. Okay, anytime I'm out in public, for a number of different reasons. Um, and number one, because I'm not going to be told by anybody, not my government, not liberals, not conservatives. It doesn't make a difference who you are unless I'm back in prison. You're not telling me what to do, what to think, what to believe, or anything one way or another. That choice is mine. That's where my freedoms come in, and I've earned my freedom. Okay, yeah, I was born into freedom, but I got my rights taken away. I went to prison. I had to do time for shit that I did. Okay, um, and now that I've been out for as long as I have, I've actually began to earn a whole number of those rights back. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let anybody take those rights from me now. Okay. Here's why I even brought this subject up today, because I wanted to point something out for all you guys. Okay. The left wing, for most, it's mostly the liberals that are my body, my choice. Okay. Women's choices. Okay. The right wing, is all about, they say pro-life, but call it what you want. It's abortion versus non-abortion in this sense, okay? Um, and yeah, there's points on each side. For me, I believe all lives matter. And I'm not talking about all lives against Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about literally, I believe that life matters. Life is important. All life, period. Whether it's a baby's life, whether it's an adult's life, whether it's a flipping animal's life, all the way to the trees around us, okay? I believe life in general, all around matters, okay? So don't even think about putting me in a box, because that's not what this is about. This is about, it's the left wing that says pro-choice for abortion. It's the right wing that says not pro-choice for abortion, okay? But when we're talking about the vaccinations, it's the right wing that says pro-choice for vaccinations, and the left wing that says not pro-choice for vaccinations, okay? If by chance the Supreme Court was to overturn, hush boy, you can come sit down. Come on, you can come over here. Come on, get up here. There you go. If by chance the Supreme Court, here, you want to get on camera? There you go. If by chance the Supreme Court is to overturn uh, R.V. Wade here for some crazy, like, I don't see it happening, but let's just say they did, okay? Then what does that mean for all of us people who are against, who don't, I'm not even against the vaccination, who just don't feel comfortable taking the vaccination yet? And yes, I know there's extremes on both sides, but like I said, I'm an independent. I just don't trust the vaccination as of yet, okay? And I feel like the government's pushing it way too hard, and I've just got some qualms about it, and so I'm going to wait to take it. That's where I'm at. Anyways, if by chance the right wing wins and gets uh, Roe versus Wade turned around, and stops these abortions and makes it so that women really don't have a choice here, and it starts a precedent, then what does that happen for all of us who are unvaccinated talking about pro-life, because they're right wing, and now all of a sudden we don't have that choice either, because it's the same thing. Whether it is an abortion or putting something into my body, it is my body, my choice, okay? And so I think, like, as far as the Supreme Court and whatnot goes, I'm glad that I'm not in a position to make that decision, to have to choose that. I'm a firm believer in our rights. I'm a firm believer in what happens with me should be because of what I do or what I decide, not because it was mandated by the government, okay? Or anybody, or influenced by anybody. I just don't see that as being something that is, oh, there you go, boy, as being something that is okay. Um, and I think that the extremists on both sides need to stop and think about what they're doing. You're fighting for pro-life here at the same time as you're getting up on the news and telling everybody that it's your body, your choice for the vaccination. You can't have it both ways, when both ways are the exact opposite of what you are fighting for. And for us as people, man, I'm glad that I'm not in any kind of position to have to be the one to make a decision one way or another, because you look at a fetus that's being grown, and when my wife was pregnant, man, it was, as a father, it was just an absolute amazing thing to be able to help her through her pregnancy, to make her comfortable, to just pamper her, because I was pampering the baby also. And so for me as a father, that was just a wonderful, wonderful thing, okay? Um, and so I see that, and you hear the heartbeat, and you see the ultrasounds, and even though the body's only being developed, it's still, it was easy for me to fall in love with that baby before that baby was even anything, or is what I'm saying, okay? So I don't want to be the one to make the decision to say, yeah, you can or you can't, because, yeah, I do believe in women's choice, but it's a hard thing when it was somebody close to me. I'll tell you that now. It was really hard. Um, and even though I still supported my pro, like I said, whether it was hard or not, I still believe in that fully and firmly. And It's just the way that's just how it is, you know. And as people, look at as people. I'm not talking about the courts. I'm not talking about the government or our stupid politicians. I'm talking about as people in general. We have to be able. Hey, cut it out. You too. Hey, you too. That's enough. We have to be able to come together and respect the differences that we have, the differences in beliefs, the differences in our skins, the differences in our attitudes, the differences in who we are, the differences in our backgrounds, the differences in whether we have money or not money in our pocket, whatever. We have to be able to look at each other as individuals and say, you know what? I either like you for this reason or I don't like this about you for this reason. And if you don't like it, then you move on and you go past it so that somebody else's, um, whether they're faults or opinions or whatever it is that they may be that you're not agreeing with, don't ruin your day, your week, your month. I've seen some people upset for years over different things that somebody who's now way down the road and has no idea that they're even mad anymore. And this other person's over here steaming for this huge amount of time. And how hard is that? How much energy do you waste when it comes to negativity, hate? That's so much energy that could be put towards something good. And when I say something good, it could just be making yourself happy, regardless, however that is to make yourself happy. And for you and me to be different, that's a good thing. If we were all the same bunch of robots, well, you know, Will Smith has already told that story in I, Robot, okay, and things like that. This is a like we as Americans are stronger, because of our differences. Okay, literally, if you look at some of these other countries where they have certain laws and it has to be a certain way, and I'm speaking mostly these communism countries where you don't have the right to do anything or anything like that. Well, think about how dull of a life that would be. And hey, it's enough. Enough, I said. Stop. You too. That's mine. How dull of a life would be, and literally you can take, okay, if I'm good at something and you're good at something different, uh that means that the two of us can get together and use both of our strengths, all of our strengths, to create something bigger and better than what I could by myself. Okay, and that's what America is about. Okay, we have all these different kinds of people here from all kinds of backgrounds, and if you take the government and the BS news, and I'm talking left wing news and right wing news because I watch them both, so that I can be informed on whatever they choose to allow me to see. Uh, if you take all that out of it, then we are able to build, the people are able to build a really strong America, a strong bond between each other. Okay, this is important. This is really important. For this, though, I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy. The it's one way for this side, and then it's the other side for abortion, and then it's the other way for vaccines, and the same with the other side. The arguments, they don't even match up because it's such a political firestorm. Hey, be nice to her, okay? Because it's such a political firestorm. Um, and I just want, like I said, take the government out of it. I hope that they do. Um, I hope that they don't take away women's right to choose. That would just be idiotic for our country, I believe. Okay, um, that doesn't mean I agree with all the way that all the abortion laws go down. Okay, because there's some states that took it to such an extreme that it's just mind blowing to me. Okay, but on both sides. Okay, right and left, they want to go to the absolute ultimate extreme so that they have to have an argument on the other side. I really hope they can meet in the middle somewhere so that, because we are Americans, we are different. And if you choose life, then that's awesome. Choose life. But if you are in a position to where you don't feel like having a child is the right thing to do, you know what? I'm sorry for you. I feel really bad that you even have to go through that. But choose what you will choose. Either way, it should never affect outsiders any more than what it affects the person going through the whole thing. And so I hope they do find some kind of happy medium there. Anyways, this is getting long, and I don't want YouTube to take 20 hours to upload it. I'm sure they already will, and don't need to repeat my points. I love you all. Just wanted to throw my thoughts out there. Quick update, if you've watched this whole thing, thank you. And a quick update on my pillow from my this week's reviews. Still have not received my pillow. However, the company, My Pillow Company, did send an email saying that they sent out another set of what we ordered, and that because of the issue, if we happen to get the other one that FedEx has still got somewhere, that we can keep it without charge. So there is at least that, and I got to give the credit to My Pillow Company for that much. All right, everybody, as always, you know I love you. Stay safe, stay sane, stay happy, stay healthy.